Want to know where the best real estate deals in Arizona are right now? Well, in this two-part series, I'm sharing 2 ways to score big in today's real estate market. If you missed our first video on new build incentives, then click here or head back over to YouTube to catch up on that first one. Now, if new builds aren't your thing and you're not excited about the areas that the builders are building in, don't worry about it. You can still get a great deal on a resale home by leveraging seller concessions and rate buydowns. So let's dive in today and see how exactly that works. So what is a seller concession, you may be asking? Well, it's when the seller agrees to pay part of your closing costs or financing costs, saving you money up front. One of the best ways to use that money then is for buying down your interest rate, which can seriously lower your monthly payment. So how exactly does it work? By paying for discount points, 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount, and you can reduce your interest rate by about 1/4%. A common approach is the 2-1 buydown. The seller covers enough to lower your rate by 2% in the first year, 1% in the second year, and then it reverts back to the full rate. This gives you a lower payment in the early years of your mortgage. Because we're in a buyer's market right now and because they're trying to incentivize buyers to buy their house. So here's a great example. Let's say you're looking at a resale home that is listed for $400,000. You negotiate with the seller to contribute 3%, about $12,000 towards your closing and rate buydown. That could reduce your interest rate by 0.5% for the first few years. The seller still gets their proceeds minus the concession. So really, it's a win-win for both sides. Now, there may be some limits on what you can do with this. You cannot exceed the maximum concession for your loan type. If you try to go beyond the cap, the lender may deny your loan or adjust the terms of it. So what can you realistically expect in Arizona today? In Phoenix, seller concessions typically range from 1.3% to 2.3%. A recent report said that 44.4% of U.S. home sellers offered concessions in Q1 of 2025. So it's becoming more and more common in today's market. But keep in mind, in a seller's market, not every seller will extend to you those concessions. So take advantage of this opportunity while it lasts. It's not going to last forever. And remember, seller concessions must be written into the contract and approved by your lender. You can't just ask for them after the fact. Also, if you sell or refinance early, you might not fully recoup that buydown cost. So here's where I come in. I'll help you determine if a seller concession plus rate buydown is the right move for you. I'll negotiate to get it in the contract, make sure it's structured correctly, and help you compare this option to others, like asking for a lower price or additional credits. Now, just a quick reminder, always confirm the details with your lender. The rate reduction might be temporary unless structured as permanent, and the seller must agree to it as a concession. If they don't, you may need to renegotiate or just move on. So if you're scanning resale homes and want to get near the effective rates that builders are offering right now as an incentive, this is how you do it, with concessions and a strategy. But you don't want to go it alone. Let's run the numbers together on any home that you think you might like. Call or DM me today and we'll map out which listings can support a rate buydown and which ones can't, so you don't walk into a trap.